are back in the day, NFL Week 14 predictions. Man, oh man, I'm a genius. That's right, 14-0 in Week 13. Through Sunday Night Football, we got Sunday Night Football, 49ers, Bills, Browns, Broncos. I went 14-0, the first flawless week in this series' existence. 14 right, 0 wrong. The Buccaneers almost sold, but we're looking good, man. If the Bills can win, surely, home field advantage, snow game, surely the Bills win. The Browns, surely they lose to the Broncos. We could have our first ever 16-0 flawless week. Obviously got a couple of the spreads wrong, but money line could be a straight sweep. 14-0 overall season record, 137-52 now. Not too shabby at all. Let's get into Week 14. Packers at Lions on Thursday Night Football. The Green Bay Packers, man, they're a good team. They showed up on Thanksgiving in Lambeau Field. You know, I thought it was going to be a closer game than it was. The Packers really handled business against the Miami Dolphins. 30-17 victory. Josh Jacobs, he's been doing some nice things for the Packers the last 2 or 3 games. He had the hat trick, scored again against the Dolphins, I believe. He's looking good. Can the ground game keep up with Dave Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs? Considering the Lions leaked their playbook with Jahmyr Gibbs right here, you got to be concerned. Amon-Ra St. Brown, David Montgomery, both were banged up a bit on Thanksgiving. Back-to-back Thursday games, the playbook's leaked, but it's still the Detroit Lions. You're still heading to Detroit. NFC North battle right here. Big game, playoff implications. Give me the Detroit Lions. Now we got to find the spread. The spread is Lions by 3.5. It's a bit steep, man. The Lions almost just lost on Thanksgiving in an embarrassing way to the Bears. They were dominating, sold the second half. Let's look to start early. Detroit Lions win. Browns at Steelers. Now, yes, the Browns did beat the Steelers in a blizzard, but that was the Jameis Winston legacy game. Jameis Winston was praying. Obviously, he deserved it. Now, against Pittsburgh again, this is the Russell Wilson Mr. Unlimited game. You know, he's coming back, big bounce back. I told you the Steelers would bounce back. They bounced back in a big way. Yes, the defense led up 38 to the Bengals, one of the best offenses in the league, but the Steelers put up 44 on offense. That is huge for Pittsburgh to actually be converting. Obviously, the Bengals defense is really, really bad, but against the Cleveland Browns, better defense. It's going to be a closer game. These matchups are always kind of wonky. I still think the Steelers beat the Browns, especially now that it's a home game, and weather shouldn't be as much of a factor you would think. Steelers win right here, and the spread for this game is Steelers by 7. I like it. Saints at Giants. Now listen closely. Daniel Jones is out. Tommy DeVito is in. He sucks. He's the worst quarterback I've ever seen in my entire life. Derek Carr actually looks good. You know, let me find the spread of this game real quick. The spread is Saints by 5. It's in New York. Weather maybe, I don't know. The turf field, it's going to be cold. I don't care, bro. Derek Carr is going to hit Marquez Valdes-Scantling at least once again for a touchdown. 4 touchdowns through 4 games. The Saints and the air attack is insane. Alvin Kamara's playing nice. And the Saints are a sneaky good team right here. Now, they did just fall to the Rams. The Saints aren't having a good year. But I see signs of life in the Saints offense that I like. And I don't think I think Tommy DeVito is dead. The Giants offense is dead. I don't care about Malik Neighbors. I don't care about Tyrone Tracy. Yeah, they're both studs. That's great. You know, also, a whole other counterpart. Just because Tyrone Tracy fumbled 2 weeks in a row, why is Devin Singletary ever touching the ball if you're a New York Giants offensive coordinator? I have no clue. Saints win by 5. Could be a lock of the week. Jets at Dolphins. AFC East battle. The Jets, oh man. Aaron Rodgers, just when you thought he was cooking. Man, how many fumbles and turnovers in that Seahawks-Jets first half? I don't know. Probably at least 4 or 5. I don't know what Laviska Shenault was doing. He is a bum. The Jets couldn't hang on, couldn't capitalize on a game-winning drive with Aaron Rodgers. It's sad to see Aaron Rodgers playing the way he is. You hate to see it. The Dolphins, man, they got to basically go undefeated the rest of the way, and it's going to have to start here with a home win over the Jets. I think the Dolphins right here, minus 7-point favorites. It's a big spread, I'm not going to lie, but I definitely got to go with Dolphins money line. Jaguars at Titans. Trevor Lawrence, unfortunately, has CTE for the rest of his life, and the Tennessee Titans, they're not much better. You know, Will Levis might not have CTE, but he still isn't. I mean, who? Mac Jones? Mac Jones, really? Now, you know, all jokes aside, the Jaguars did low-key almost beat the Texans. I don't know why the Texans let them hang around when Trevor Lawrence was literally in the hospital. 23-20, Texans beat the Jaguars. The Commanders dominated the Titans 42-19. The Titans kind of seem like a hot and cold offense. Nick Westbrook-Akine has 7 touchdown catches on 18 catches all year long. That's a crazy stat right there. I don't really know who to go with this game. The Titans, I got to go. Listen, if Mac Jones is starting, there's no way in hell I go with Jacksonville. I got to go with Will Levis and the Titans right here with the 4-point spread. Falcons at Vikings. Battle of the NFC. And unfortunately, the Falcons are on the no-bet list, and we found out why last week against the Chargers. The Falcons just don't close out games. It might be Michael Penix's season coming down below if you think it's time to get Kirk out. I don't know if they should go that far, but something's got to change, it seems like, right? Got to go with the Vikings here. 6-point favorites for the Minnesota Vikings. And unfortunately, the Vikings are also on the do not bet the spread list either. They're not covering. They're not covering the spread. Liability of a team, but they did win over the Cardinals with a nice win. Got the job done right there. Going with the Vikings, but for the spread, honestly, Falcons plus. I'm not even betting the spread, bro. Do not bet the spread. Panthers versus Eagles. Now, the Eagles got a big win, man. I didn't think, I said the Eagles would beat the Ravens just because they were dogs. I was like, let's get the dogs. We got to pick some dogs. Eagles over Ravens. They kicked their butts. Wasn't even close. Actually, it was close at halftime. I'm not going to lie. 2-point lead at halftime. Finished off the game strong. Handed Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry a big-time loss. Saquon Barkley in the second half is very, very strong. What's the spread, man? What is the spread for Eagles versus Panthers? I'm not seeing it. Oh, I am seeing it. It's 13-point spread, and I like it, man. I think the Eagles win by 13+ right here. Home game, Carolina Panthers. Yeah, the Panthers are playing good. Yeah, the Panthers almost beat the Buccaneers in overtime, but they didn't. They're trash. Bryce Young, he's still not going to be a starting QB next year. Mark my words. Raiders at Buccaneers. Kind of a boring type game. Aiden McCarron, he's not going to get it done. I don't know how they almost beat the Chiefs. Doesn't matter. Didn't even watch the game. I was Black Friday shopping. Buccaneers, pretty trash as well. Baker Mayfield might have neck or brain damage. I don't know. Not a good second half of that game. Not even a good first half, to be honest. But the Buccaneers do end up winning over the Panthers in overtime, really? This spread is not necessarily the safest thing we're going to see here. 7.5-point Buccaneers favorites. I'm not betting on Buccaneers to win by 2 touchdowns, man. But Baker Mayfield could pull it off. Got to go Bucs money line. Seahawks at Cardinals. Now the Seahawks obviously handled the Seahawks versus Cardinals. Yeah, the Seahawks can win against Arizona before. A couple weeks later, the Cardinals are going to come back. They're going to bounce back. And I think the Cardinals win this one. They had a close game against Seattle. Close game against Minnesota. They're going to pull one off at home and keep their playoff hopes alive and keep their NFC West hopes alive as well. Cardinals over Seahawks. I think it's a good bet. And they're 2.5-point favorites after just losing. That's wild. Bears at 49ers. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Brock Purdy could get injured on Sunday Night Football, and I'm still picking the San Francisco 49ers here. 49ers -6 seems like a lock. Bills at Rams. Close game, I'm not going to lie. And the Rams, I don't know what's going on, but they have the hardest schedule I've ever seen. Seems like every single week they're playing the best team in the league. The Bills, I got to go with the Bills, man. 3.5-point favorites right here on the road in Los Angeles. The Rams barely beat the New Orleans Saints, and the Bills are a better team. Chargers at Chiefs, 2 games left. Sunday Night Football, kind of a good game. It's a divisional matchup between 2 teams with winning records. If the Chargers win here, I'd be super impressed, but no J.K. Dobbins, you're not winning, and obviously Chiefs games are rigged. Got to go with Kansas City right here with the 4.5-point spread. Bit too big of a spread for my liking, but definitely to win the game. Bengals at Cowboys, Monday Night Football. And oh my gosh, what is the spread, man? Bengals -5.5. What happens? You have the best offense in the league, Bengals, versus the worst defense in the league, the Cowboys. But the Cowboys' offense sucks, and they're also against the Bengals' second or maybe even the worst defense in the league. It's going to be take the over for this game because the Bengals might score 50 themselves against the Cowboys. Got to go with the Bengals here. 6-point might be time to bet the Bengals to cover the spread. And that is Week 14 NFL predictions. Smash the like and subscribe button. Peace out. Thanks for watching.